This week's word of the week is going to be quenching. Okay, quenching. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, if you're in the welding world and you don't know what quenching is, it's probably I go down a 7 or an 8. It's not the worst thing, but it's pretty bad, right? Most welders have quenched something when they get done welding. Most of them do it during like schooling when you're learning how to weld. You heat up metal by welding it, and then you want to go turn it into an instructor or whatever, and the instructor yells at you, right, and says, "Don't bring me hot material." So you go over to a water tank and you dunk it in to cool it down. But you're doing a lot of damage to the metal when you quench it, as far as the microstructures of things. And we're not going to get too much into metallurgy in here on this lesson here. It's just something that you should know, that when you quench it, it's doing more than just cooling it down. It can harden it, depending on your carbon content and your alloys and things like that. Most welding takes place on low carbon steels so that you don't get a hardening effect if it cools too quickly. So real quickly, we're going to go over the medias that you can quench it in, and it's listed from the slowest to the fastest down here. Air hardening, or air quenching, is just when you set it out in the air and you let it cool. It takes a long time, right? Especially if you're talking steel or materials that take a long time to cool. Oil is in between air and water, and there's oil hardening steels, right? They're designed to get quenched in oil to produce the hardness that they want. Then you have water, which is probably the most common. Everybody has a water tank in a weld shop where you just dunk the material there to cool it down. The problem with water is it makes a vapor blanket around the part that when you quench it, which leads us down to brine, which does not do that. So brine is like a salt water. Do a little diagram up here. So this is your hot metal in some kind of bucket. I don't know. I'm pretty bad at drawing stuff, but so your hot metal is right here and here, and you can see there's like a steam pocket that forms with water. And if this is brine over here, that steam pocket doesn't form, which makes it cool even quicker. Now, why would you want it to cool quickly? If you were trying to turn it into a martensitic microstructure, which we'll go over martensite some other time, it's more of a metallurgy term. It's a crystal microstructure that gets formed when you quench steel. So the carbon content you need to have is greater than or equal to 0.3% carbon. So if you don't have at least 0.3% carbon for carbon content on whatever steel you're welding on, it's not going to harden. So you got to be real careful what you're welding, right? Because if it is above this and you're quenching it, it'll get real hard. And what the problem with hardness is, with hardness comes brittleness. So if you're putting something into a structure and you don't know that the carbon content is higher than this, and it takes an impact, it's going to break, right? Because it's brittle. With hardness usually comes brittleness. So hopefully that clears up what quenching is. In layman's terms, it's just rapidly cooling something. With us, it's usually a metal, a steel, aluminum, a stainless, whatever you're welding on. So that's what quenching is. Thanks for watching and subscribing to TV Weld, and we'll see you next time.